Well, welcome back to our AWS networking course. Today we are going to learn about NAT gateway. So, what is NAT gateway? NAT gateway is one of the VPC component which will allow the private subnet EC2 machines communicate to the internet in a secure way. So, in the last session, we have learned about the internet gateway. How instances in the public subnet can connect to the internet. So today we are going to deploy instance in the private subnet where it can have only private IP, and it will reach to the internet through the NAT gateway deployed in the public subnet. So we usually have EC2 instances in the private subnet, such as database servers and some application servers, domain controllers, etc. So those servers we do not want to expose to the internet. So for that reason, we are keeping the server IP restricted with the private IPs only. So for some reason, it needs to download some packages or it wants to do some patching. For those kind of work, it needs internet connectivity. So for that, we can use this NATing facility and allow the instances to connect to the internet. So in other way around, the resources from the internet cannot contact the instances in the private subnet. Okay. So I'm going to show a diagram how the NAT gateway will work. So my instances in the private subnet. So I want to access this private subnet by having one more instances deployed in the public subnet where it has the public IP address. From my laptop, I can access to the public subnet. From there, I can SSH the instance in the private subnet. Then I'm going to check after configuring the NAT gateway how the internet connectivity works. Okay, so for configuring the NAT facility, we have two options in the AWS. One way is NAT gateway we can configure. Another way is NAT instance. So NAT gateway is a feature or a tool provided by AWS. It has some more advantages. And NAT instances where we can have custom AMI machine deployed from the AMI community. So generally we go for NAT gateway for the protection system to connect to internet, as the high availability and bandwidth flexibility, all this taken care by AWS. Whereas NAT instance, we have some overhead, like if there is any activity from the AWS side, we need to maintain, or we need to do some extra work, which is a overhead for us. So generally we go with the NAT instances in the staging area where we want to have the private subnet machines connect to the internet. Okay. Now I'm going to show you some of the differences between NAT gateway and NAT instances, which I have told you earlier. So Amazon provide 10 Gbps guaranteed bandwidth via a NAT gateway. So whereas through the NAT instance, we do not have guaranteed bandwidth. So based on the type of AMI instance what you have deployed, the bandwidth availability will vary. And this NAT gateways is fully maintained by AWS, which will give more flexibility and give option to us without worrying about the internet connectivity from the private instance. So we have the flexibility of the bandwidth utilization and all. And in terms of cost, they will go with this plan. So it says charge depending on the number of NAT gateways you use. So we can have one NAT gateway in one availability zone deployed in the public subnet, and based on the amount of data sent and the usage limit, they will build. Okay, so we do have other features as well, covering the NAT gateway and NAT instance. And in depth, if I talk about the network area, like I want to have some flexibility, like the fragmentation of packet support, then we need to go with the NAT instance, because the NAT gateway will not provide TCP and ICMP fragmentation packet. Simply it will discard the packet. So NAT instance will give us the facility with UDP, TCP and ICMP packet fragmentation. So there are a lot of other features are available. You can Google it and use those information. Okay. Now I'm going to show the practical how to create NAT gateway and how to provide the access to the private subnet instance. Also, we are going to see another feature, NAT instance, how to deploy NAT instance, and how to make use of this NAT instance for connecting to internet from the private subnet. Yes, I'm going to show the practical. Let us go to AWS VPC console, and on this console, let us go to a NAT gateway. I'm going to create a NAT gateway. So as I said earlier, we need to create NAT gateway in the public subnet. So already we have a public subnet defined in our last session. Then we need to have one elastic IP associated to it. If you don't have any existing elastic IP which is free, we can create a new one and associate that elastic IP to the NAT instance. So let us click on create NAT gateway. So straight away it is asking to modify the routing table. Let us close it here. And I'm going to show you how to modify the routes. So as per my documentation, let us create a NAT gateway and specify the public subnet and attach the NAT gateway with the elastic IP. And we need to create a custom routing table and point the routing to the NAT gateway. So I'm going to create a custom routing table. So I have to specify the VPC, create. So this is my routing table. Still I need to make some changes. Like I want to configure the default route for the internet access. Now I need to modify the subnet association pointing to the private subnet, which is this one, 172.22.0. Just to save it. Okay, we are going to demonstrate by launching an instance and check the connectivity. So I am going to launch one instance in the public subnet first. Yes, I need that machine in order to access a EC2 instance deployed in private subnet. Okay. Let me deploy the instance in the public subnet. Go to the custom VPC and select the public subnet. Next. So I want to allow the SSH connectivity from my laptop. Fine. Also, I'm going to launch one more machine in the private subnet. Let us specify the subnet. Okay. So here I want to give access for the public subnet range. Because from one of the EC2 instance in the private subnet, I want to, from one of the instance in the public subnet, I want to access the machine in the private subnet. Yes. Launch, let us specify the key pair. Fine. Okay, so this is my EC2 instance in the public subnet. Let me use the putty to access the machine. Specify the PPK file. Okay. So from the EC2 instance in the public subnet, I'm going to try accessing the machine which is deployed in private subnet. So let me try to SSH to the private subnet machine. Yeah, as you see here, this private subnet machine does not have the public IP, only it has the private IP, which is more secure. So I'm trying to access. So it is giving error, permission denied. So some certificate related error it is getting. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a PEM file on my machine, which is in the public subnet. So I have the PEM file, which I have downloaded while creating the key pair. Let us paste here. And I'm going to give permission to that file. Fine. Now let me try to access the machine. Fine. So now I see the console which I am seeing here. It is for the private EC2 instance. So I'm able to access the internet from the private subnet machine through the help of NAT gateway. Okay. Now let us use another method. How to create NAT instance and from the private instance, how to access the internet. Let me decommission the NAT gateway, whatever I have created. Okay. Fine. Now let us go to EC2 console and create a community AMI by going to here and search with NAT. So any community AMI with NAT facility you can deploy. Let me search with NAT. Yeah, I found one community AMI. So as per documentation, we need to have the community AMI should be deployed in the public subnet, just like a NAT gateway. And this instance, we need to allow the security group rule with the HTTP and HTTPS access in order the private subnet to access to the internet. Then create an elastic IP and attach to the instance so that always the NAT instance will have the static IP. Even if it gets reboot, the IP address will not change. Let me remove this rule. HTTP. So this rule should contain the private subnet machine should be accessible to the internet with the HTTP port. Then add one more rule to access the HTTPS. I want to give access to the entire range subnet in the private to access to the internet. Okay, instance is now launching. In a couple of minutes, it will deploy the NAT instance with the specification what you are given here. Okay, now it is ready. So the next step, we need to create an elastic IP. Go to elastic IP and create a new one. Okay, so I have created an elastic IP. So I'm going to assign the elastic IP to the NAT AMI machine. Okay, it's done. Now let us refresh. Yes, it got the elastic IP address. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to check the internet connectivity again. So here I'm trying to reach internet from the private instance machine. It is failing. So we need to check the routing part here. Let us go to the route table So I'm specifying the default route with a NAT AMI. Save the route. Let us see. Yeah. So the private instance subnet has been mapped in the subnet association. Let us verify the internet connection. Okay. So we are not able to ping to the machine since in the security group we have not allowed. So let us go to the security group and allow the inbound rule for the ICMP. Save the rule. And another reason why I can't reach internet. So if you are planning to use the NAT instance for the private subnet, we need to have one setting defined at the NAT instance level. So the setting is we need to go to the particular NAT instance and we have to disable the option called change source destination check. Because we are using this EC2 machine, I mean the community machine as a NAT instance. So it is mandatory that we need to disable these settings. Then only it will work. Okay. Now let us go and ping to the Google. Yeah, I can reach to the Google. Then let me try to ping other URL as well. So I'm trying to download some package. So I'm able to successfully download the package where my private subnet machine can successfully connect to the internet. So far, we have learned how to configure a NAT gateway and how to configure NAT instance. The purpose of this NAT gateway and NAT instance, the private subnet machine want to connect to internet. So for that we are going with this concept. This is one of the very useful tool in the ECL2. So we can make use of these resources and attach to the private machines. Yeah. Hope the session is helpful. If you have any doubts, please leave a comment and I will respond. Thank you so much. Let's see in the next class.